everybody, and welcome or welcome back to Cooking It Real. If you're new here, my name is Kathy, and I'm glad to have you in the kitchen. I got a great recipe today. It's one that I've been cooking since late 70s. Late 70s? Has it been that long? Anyway, it's called lewd chicken. Now, before you get all giggly and say, lewd chicken, good grief, what is Kathy doing now? Has she taken the channel in a new direction? Are we going to have to keep the kids with their ears blocked up? No, 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 no. Not lewd, L-E-W-D chicken. This is lewd, L-O-O-E-D chicken. Lewd chicken. To loo a chicken is a Chinese technique of braising it in a soy sauce and aromatic liquid. That was hard to get out. Anyway, it's also known as red cooking in Chinese. And what that means is it imparts like a color to whatever you're cooking. And this is something that you can do with chicken, with pork, with tofu. It's one of China's master sauces. And by master sauce, they mean this is a sauce that can be used again and again. You make the basic sauce, you use it, save it, use it again, save it, use it again, save it, and every time you use it, it gets more and more flavorful. The ingredients of this master sauce are pretty simple. You need some soy sauce. You need 2 cups, so that would be about a very large bottle of Kikkoman if you're buying it at the regular grocery store. But if you can go to an international or Asian market, you're definitely going to find a better value in a bigger container of soy sauce. If salt is an issue for you, if sodium is something you're watching, you might use a low sodium soy sauce. That would work just as well. Now, the original recipe that I have calls for dry sherry, but I'm going to use some Shaoxing cooking wine, which is similar. And our aromatics include sugar, ginger, and star anise. We'll talk about those in a minute. We need some water, and lastly, we need our protein. Today, we're working with chicken. This amount of master sauce is going to give us about a quart, and that is good enough to cook 2 pounds of chicken. So I have some drumsticks and some chicken wings that are cut into their little pieces. So let's get started. The first thing you need is a sauce pot that is going to be big enough to hold at least a quart of the liquid and your 2 pounds of chicken. So this size is my go-to size for that. We start with 2 cups of water. To that, we need to add 2 cups of our soy sauce. Now, like I said, if sodium is an issue for you, you can go with a low sodium soy sauce, and that is just going to finish up this bottle. I've only got a few drops left here. That's 2 cups. See what I mean? Now, the thing about this, if you think, well, that's a lot of soy sauce to buy, it is. But you're going to use this sauce over and over. So there's a lot of value in that. Now we need a half a cup of either dry sherry or Shaoxing wine. I'm going to use the Shaoxing. Oh, and that's going to finish me off too. Time to go to the store. All right, if you don't want to use an alcoholic beverage like sherry or Shaoxing, I would recommend about using 3 tablespoons or so of either apple cider vinegar or rice wine vinegar with water. So to make a half a cup, put in the 3 tablespoons, then fill the rest with water and use that instead. Now, what else do we need? Oh yeah, our aromatics. Okay, now the first thing we have is we have 1 tablespoon of just regular granulated sugar. We need 2 star anise. All I have right now left are star anise crumbles, but I don't know if you can see this. This is what they look like when they're whole. This is a broken up one, but this is, the equivalent of it. If you can't find whole star anise, you might try some 5 spice powder, which has the star anise in it. It will give you a similar flavor. Another thing that is anise like is fennel seed you could put in there with a little bit like a cinnamon stick or something like that. And then we need fresh ginger. The recipe calls for 5 slices. Sometimes they're called coins that are like the size of a quarter. And these are about not quite a quarter-inch thick, but close by, like a little bit more than that. So everybody goes in the pool, just like so, boink. And now we put it on the stove and we bring it up to a boil. Okay, we're up to a boil. And now it's time to add our chicken. Now I have here, like I showed before, I've got 2 drumsticks and let's see, that's about 3 chicken wings without the little tiny tips. Because the drumsticks are bigger than the chicken wings, I'm going to put them in first and give them a couple minutes head start. Now you can use any kind of chicken that you want, not just the drumsticks or the wings. You can do it with thighs. That's generally what we use. You can do it with chicken breast. And you can also do it with other meats such as pork, lamb even. You could do it with tofu. You can even do it with seafood, like with fish or shellfish. But if you do that, you want to have a separate batch. You don't want to mix the land animals and the sea animals in the same luing sauce. Why is that? It's just a flavor thing. So I'm going to give these, now it's simmering, it's not really boiling anymore, but it's going to come back up to the boil. I'm going to give these about 5 minutes and then I'm going to put in the wings. And then we're going to cook that for about 20 minutes until everything is cooked and done. Okay, I turned the heat up just a little bit so I can add these chicken pieces in and the temperature won't go down too much. But we want it at a nice active simmer. Get things cooked. And this is so good with chicken wings. Oh my goodness. Once you try this, you'll want to try it again and again. All right. Now, once this comes back up to a simmer, I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Then we're going to test and see if it's done. When it is done, I'm going to talk to you about how to store and reuse this wonderful master sauce. Give them a little stir every now and again just to make sure everybody's cooking the same. Maybe flip over some of the big pieces. Make sure everybody's getting nice and coated with the luing sauce. You have lued your chicken. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, look at how beautiful. Now, if the spices and whatnot come out with the chicken, that's totally fine. You just put them back into your luing sauce. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. See the difference in the color? See how the color has changed? And now, in China, they might say this is red. Red is a very lucky color, but it's taken on the brown of the soy sauce, and it's also absorbed the flavors, the aromas of those gorgeous spices. All right. All right, now let's talk. Let's put this aside, let it cool for just a bit. I have my tasting piece that's already cooling. And let's talk about how we're going to store and reuse this luing sauce. Now I want to show you my luing sauce. I have about 2 quarts here. These are just 1-quart deli containers. I've had this in my fridge. I've also had it in my freezer. This, I put the date on it. Luing sauce established February 23rd, 2024. Okay, so this sauce is like 2 months old already. If you are going to use it like once every week, 10 days to 2 weeks, you can keep it in your fridge. Otherwise, I recommend you put it in your freezer. Okay. And what you do when you want to use it again, you take it out of your fridge or your freezer. I'm going to take my lids off just for a second to show you. Now, first of all, it's going to be jellied. Can you see how wiggly this is? Oh my gosh, this is so full of collagens and beautiful connectivity. Now we have some fat on the top here from our last batch of chicken. If you're going to reuse this, you have the option to either remove the fat before you use the Louis sauce for the next time or not. It's up to you. All right, so if you want to just remove the fat, dispose of the fat, whatever, and then you want to take your Louis sauce, you want to put it back in a pot. I don't know if this is on camera or not. Back in your pot that you're going to do your thing in, and you want to heat it up, and you want to get it back up to a boil. You want to boil it for almost 10 minutes. Then you want to put your new protein in, whether you're doing chicken or pork or tofu or whatever it is. Okay, so if it comes out of the freezer, thaw it enough so you can get it out of the container, put it in your pot, or if it comes out of the refrigerator, put it in your pot, bring it up to the boil it for 10 minutes on its own, and then put your meat in. And then do your simmering, just as we just did with this chicken right here. Okay? How long can you keep this Louis sauce? If you treat it right, you can keep it forever and ever. Eventually, as time passes, as you cook more things, you might want to re-add some of the aromatics. You want to, like maybe every third, fourth, fifth time, you want to throw in a little bit more ginger, a little bit more star anise, um, tiny maybe sugar, maybe more, you need more soy sauce, maybe you need more Szechuan or sherry or vinegar, and to just keep the flavors going. But this will change over time, and it will be good regardless. Now, if you really decide that you love this Louis sauce, this master sauce, and you want to just keep it going and going, it might behoove you to invest in a unique container for it. Like maybe a glass 1 or 2 quart container with a snap lid, something that can be in your fridge or your freezer, and it's more permanent and more shows more respect, shall we say, than just these plastic deli containers. But whatever it is, you can keep this going so long as you boil it every time, keep it safe. I love this stuff. Okay, so now I've told you how to make your Louis sauce, cook your chicken in your Louis sauce, how to store and reuse your Louis sauce. Now let's take a taste of this Louis sauce. And here's something I want to point out right off the bat. I'm going to take a taste of this drumstick, but if it was a chicken wing, say, this chicken wing's still a little bit hot. I'm not even going to try it. Don't be afraid, because this is a braised dish, to eat the skin. Okay, sometimes people think that the skin, because it's been braised, is just a little too oogly. Trust me, it is not oogly, it is uber delicious. In fact, it is like my favorite part. But I'm going to start with a bit of the meat. Now here I've got, what is that? Oh, a little piece of garlic. I mean, not garlic, ginger. All right, let's start with the meat. I'm just going to pick it up and take a little bite. That's good. Juicy. Can you see how juicy that is? Delicious. The flavors they're not strong. There's nothing strong about it. It's very subtle. Very aromatic. It's almost hard to say that ginger and star anise are in it. It just tastes good. And like, here's the skin. Oh my gosh. Oh, my favorite part. Mm. If you make this for your friends or family and they're like, "Ooh, I don't want the skin," take it all. Just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me take that away from you. Let me save you from the skin." You save it for yourself. It's that good. Anyway, mm, yum. Try this one. It's good to have in your repertoire. And what Will and I do is we will take our 2 quarts and we'll double the chicken. We'll put in 4 pounds of chicken, loo it all, and then have it in the fridge like all week. It's great like on salads, to top a salad, to chop up and make like a Asian chicken salad sandwich. You know, you can make chicken salad out of it. You can just put it in your fried rice, in your soups. It is so good with just about everything. I can't, well, maybe ice cream. Nah, maybe not ice cream. Anyway, anyway, please give this a try. Let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate you being here. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, keep cooking it real, my friends. Bye bye.